What's up everybody, it's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and this is going to be my sniper rifle kill against overpower level 8, Invincible Son of Crawmerax the Invincible. I am not going to be pre-stacking for this fight. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and drop my shock damage relic, so that I can pick that up once I've finished acquiring all the critical ascension stacks I'll need for the later portions of this fight in the first stage. The first thing I'm going to do is knock one of his claws off. This will give me a much better chance at surviving because his reach will be a lot smaller on one side. Plus I acquire around 30 or so critical ascension stacks in the process. Now that his claw is knocked off, I'm going to go ahead and gain more stacks off his other claw using a low level Vlad off. So I make sure as to not push Craw into the second stage, because at that stage more enemies will spawn, and at that point it becomes much more difficult to survive and gain critical ascension stacks. Right now I'm using a white turtle shield and survivor calm so that I have very low health but very high health regeneration. And when there's only one enemy on stage like Craw, I can very easily survive his attacks. When the attacks become more frequent though, when there are more enemies, it becomes much more difficult to do. So right now I'm just trying to get up to as many stacks as I can. I definitely want to be well above 100, but the more I get the better, and once I get low on ammo, I'm going to go acquire a little bit more ammo from some of the geysers around the stage. And once I do that, I'll go ahead and push Craw into the second stage. During this first stage, he'll do a handful of attacks and then do a big old roar animation, and the roar animations are where you can usually get your critical ascension stacks. You can get some other critical ascension stacks during the acid spit animations as well. So now I have more sniper rifle ammo, which will allow me to get more critical ascension stacks. Over 120 now, which is good. Trying to get up as high as I can, obviously. Unfortunately, the claw does kind of block the critical spot if you're at a certain angle from him. I probably should have been spinning in the opposite direction. However, this does leave room for improvement, which is cool. Go ahead and acquire a little bit more sniper rifle ammo from the next geyser over here, using the cloak of my deception to evade his attacks while I do. Now I'll try to get more critical ascension stacks. And now I know I should probably be pushing him into the second stage pretty quickly, because after a certain point the stacks, begin to become less important because I have enough DPS to quickly do damage to him, and it's more important about how I manage those stacks than just getting a really high number and letting them fall off. So now he glossed over and he's going to go into his second stage here, where he goes ahead and becomes invincible, goes underground, and summons quite a few little mob enemies. And he'll recover a little bit of his health as he dives down, which is kind of irritating. You can use these fat crabs to kind of maintain your critical ascension stacks with your low level Vlad off, so you make sure not to kill it. Unfortunately, those things do kind of hit like a truck, and I've actually been knocked into the waterfall by one of them before. So you have to watch out for that, and try not to have your back against the waterfall there. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shock damage relic when I get a chance, because I know it will improve my DPS by quite a bit. Now that I have that, I'll go ahead and deal more damage to Craw. Just shooting him now, trying to get some critical hits to, one, maintain my stacks, but also deal a lot of extra damage, because critical hits are obviously worth significantly more with a sniper rifle, especially with over 100 stacks of critical ascension. Go ahead and get the follow through bonus off some of those little mobs though, because that'll also improve my gun damage by a little bit. He's glossed over now, and he will be entering the third stage of the fight. Go ahead and try to get some critical hits off the Varkids and fat crabs that are about, because I need to have these stacks last until he comes up above ground again. We're still above 100, not by much, but still above 100, which is good. If you can stay above 100, you're going to have a pretty easy time during this fight. If you go down, it'll be pretty easy to get a second wind. It's once you start getting below 70 or so stacks that it gets kind of sketchy. So I'm going to try to maintain my critical ascension stacks, but I'm having a hard time getting a critical hit until I grab one off that little crab there. Now, I'm going to try to get more critical hits on Craw here, and I do end up getting a critical hit fairly quickly. However, it does knock off his claw very soon, and after that I won't have any more opportunities to get critical hits on Craw, and that makes it definitely a lot harder to maintain your critical ascension stacks. Luckily, that didn't happen until his third stage was done for me, and I'll only have to deal with the no critical hits Craw during the fourth stage. Try to get critical hits, frantically here off one of these little crabs. It's not working out well for me. Just trying to find a big crab to get a critical hit off of, but those had apparently stopped spawning because I had killed them all, which is a shame and a pretty big mistake. Definitely should have left one of those alive so that I could go ahead and maintain my critical ascension stacks. Foolishly, I used it for a follow-through boost so that I could get that extra gun damage, because those fat crabs are very, very easy to bore. Luckily though, I still have over 50 stacks, and that should actually be enough to go ahead and finish off Craw pretty easily. Unfortunately, it's not as quickly as I would have liked to finish him, but it still goes pretty quick. The total time on this kill I think ended up being about 6 minutes and 12 seconds. So, decent, not good, but can get a lot better, I guess. And that's good. It's nice to have room for improvement. Go ahead and show you my gear and skill build real fast, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the chest that we gain access to after killing Craw as well. We'll count the chest. I'm trying to remember in my head. I think there's about 11 chests that we have access to, which is pretty cool. 11 chests after killing a boss is a decent reward. There's 3 in this room here, and then there's going to be, I think, like 7 or 8 in the next room. I guess there's probably 10 chests total. Yeah, because here would be the 4th one. 5th and 6th are under the waterfall, and then 4 more, I think. So 10 chests. I do thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't yet, please take the time to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Unfortunately, I didn't get any orange weapons or gear from this run. However, I did get quite a few purples and some E-techs. So, happy hunting, guys. I hope this was an informative guide on how you might be able to kill Invincible Son of Crawmerax the Invincible with Sniper Zer0. I hope to catch you next time, guys. Bye.